Hi there and welcome. My name is Tori Terhune and I am a social media strategist with more than 15 years of experience helping small businesses, including some right here on the Tillamook coast. If you're watching this training, you likely run or manage a local fishery, farm, or restaurant, and I bet social media feels like just one more thing on your plate. Pun intended. And I get it. But the good news is we don't need to put all of our time into social media. To successfully run Facebook and Instagram, all you need is the right plan, the right tools, and a focus on building relationships with your community and potential customers. To help you get started, we've created this training tailored specifically for Tillamook Coast food businesses. Whether you're growing fresh produce, running a family-owned diner, operating a farm stand, or working on the docks, this video is going to walk you through everything you need to know step by step. Here's what we're covering today: why social media even matters for food businesses, how to set up your Facebook and Instagram profiles so customers can easily find you, what to post that builds trust, attracts more customers, and keeps people coming back, and most importantly, how to save time and make social media feel doable for you and your business. If you haven't already downloaded the free guide that goes with this training, hit pause on this video and grab it now. It's full of post ideas, checklists, and a sample content calendar to help you take action right away. To get started, let's talk about why social media even matters for your business in the first place. Your future customers are looking online before they stop by in person. They want to see what it's like, what you offer, and what makes your place worth the visit. And they're not just checking Google or Yelp. They're scrolling Facebook or Instagram to get a feel for your business and how active you are online. Social media gives you a chance to answer the questions people are already asking, like, what do you have today? People are often looking for fresh, seasonal, or daily specials, whether that's what's in stock at the farm stand, what just came off the boat, or what's featured on your menu. They want to know when and where can I get it. This covers your hours, your location, farmers markets, pop-ups, etc. Many small food businesses change locations or hours seasonally. Make it easy for people to know how to find you. They'll want to know, what does it look like? Photos sell. People want to see the food, the view, the farm animals, the fresh fish, or the dessert board. It helps them imagine the experience and makes them much more likely to visit. They also want to know why they should choose you. This could be your story, how your food is grown or sourced, what makes your experience different. That's what helps build the trust and connection and gives people a reason to support you over another business or even a big chain. Social media really helps people picture themselves visiting, and that's what turns a browser into a buyer. Even if you're a farm that doesn't sell directly to customers, social media still matters because it helps you build your brand. When people know your name and values, they're more likely to choose restaurants or stores that carry your goods. That brand awareness creates demand, even if you're not selling at the farmer's market. Social media is one of the best ways to drive foot traffic, get repeat customers, build word of mouth, show your pride in being local, and promote seasonal products or specials. And the best part is that you don't need thousands of followers or a fancy content calendar or perfect video skills and editing to succeed on social media. You only need to build trust. And social media helps you build that faster than almost anything else online because people can see what you offer, your personality, and your pride in your food. They get a behind the scenes look at you and your business. Social media lets people actually connect with your business on a personal level, and once they feel like they know you and trust you, they'll be ready to buy. So every time you post a real photo, respond to a comment, or show what's special about your food, you're building that connection. And when people feel connected and trust you, they're much more likely to message you questions about your location or your business, tag a friend to show them your posts, and take action and visit you in person. Even a few great photos and friendly posts can make a big difference. This is especially true here on the Tillamook Coast, where so many of your guests are choosing between a lot of small local places. Because if your product shows up well on social media, you will stand out. You don't need to go viral, and you don't need to post every single day. You just need to show people what they can expect when they buy from you or visit your location. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. It's time to talk about your profiles, what people see when they first land on your Facebook or Instagram page. Remember, this profile is your first impression when people look for you online. We want it to feel like meeting you in person. So here's what we're going to walk through today. What to include in your bio, what kind of profile photo works best, and how to use your cover image and pinned posts on Facebook and Instagram. Let's start with your bio. You can see I'm using Visit Tillamook Coast as our example today. On Instagram on the left and Facebook on the right, your bio is one of the first things people see when they land on your page, and one of the only places these apps use to help people find you when they search on the app. That's why we want to be really clear here and answer some important questions. First, what are you? Are you a farm, a bakery, a food truck, a fish market, a restaurant? Where are you? Include the town name. Don't just say the coast. Be as specific as we can here. And what action do you want people to take? Is it to visit you, to call, to order right now online, to check your stories? Whatever it is that you want them to do, make it very easy for them to know right here in your bio. Here are some examples to help you visualize what this could look like. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just think if someone glanced at this for 3 seconds, would they know what you offer and how to get it? You can see on the top left, we have family-owned farm and you pick, open Saturdays. On the right, smash burgers and hand-cut fries. See our daily menu in the stories. Bottom left, fresh caught seafood, dockside, call to pre-order or stop by. And then we have handmade pies and treats, pre-order or come early, we sell out fast. You'll notice in these bio examples I show, specifically for Instagram, we want to break up the text as much as possible to keep it really easy to scan or skim as people are scrolling social media. We can also use emojis like this to break up the text and make it a little easier to understand. If you're not sure how to change your bio, let's go over it quickly. On Instagram, you'll need to sign into the account you want to edit on your phone app. Desktop does not let you make all the edits you need to make, so it's much easier to edit it on your phone. You're going to tap Edit Profile there on the left, and then you'll see where you can update many of the things on your profile, including your bio. Once you finish, you just tap Done at the top right. On Facebook, I like to make these edits on desktop, but you can make these on mobile as well. I will show the examples on desktop. On the top right, you'll see an edit option, and when you tap on that, you'll see again a lot of different options you can change, including your bio way down there in the middle right. Once you have finished adding all of that, there will be a Save button option, and your changes will be saved. Now let's talk about your profile photo. Your profile photo shows up here on your Instagram and Facebook profiles, but also on every one of your posts on social media. People will see this photo more than they see anything else on your profile, so we want this to be a strong choice. For a business like yours, this could be your logo, especially if it's simple and readable in a small circle. A standout product like your best-selling pastry or a signature burger, your storefront or market booth, especially if it's recognizable and people would remember it, or even just your smiling face, especially if you're the face of the business. Your profile photo should be something that, again, people recognize, something that they would attribute to you. That's why a logo or your storefront could be a good choice. But other things would work too. If you're known for providing a certain kind of fish or fruit, a photo of that could do the trick too. Make sure it's clear and looks good, even in a small circle. Remember, this photo will show up very small next to your name in people's feeds when you post. Test this out when you upload a new photo and make sure you can tell what the photo is, even when it's very small. And because of that small size, we want to avoid using a lot of text because it will be too small to read. Visual representations work best in profile photos. Here are some quick examples to give you an idea of what can work well. If you don't have a logo that is readable in the small circle, options like these could be exactly what you need until you find a more personalized option. You'll probably notice that all of these are nice bright photos with good color, and they all show something specific, whether again it's a storefront or your food truck, the product that you're giving, or some signature dishes here. Any of these would be good options. To update your profile photo, we'll start on Instagram. And again, we're on the mobile app. You'll see that edit profile button. And when you tap that, you'll see where you can change the profile photo. What's great here is once you upload the photo, you'll be able to kind of drag and drop the photo around a little bit, zoom in, zoom out, to make sure it's framed exactly the way you want it. We don't have to worry about making the profile image a circle before you upload it. The apps will help you do that internally. And on Facebook, we're going to head over to that edit button over on the right again. And up at the top, we'll see where we can edit the profile picture. It's very similar. We can zoom in, zoom out, and then hit that save button to save our changes. Now we're going to talk about your pinned posts on Instagram or your cover photo on Facebook. On the left, you can see an example of pinned posts on Instagram. This means that you can select certain past posts to pin to the top of your page. Your Facebook cover photo is that big banner at the top of your page. It's like a billboard image that people see when they land on your profile. Let's start with pinned posts on Instagram. You can use this to show off a signature photo, maybe show your best visuals, promote what's seasonal, or answer common questions right away. If you've ever answered the same question more than twice in your DMs, that's a great candidate for a pinned post. And if you don't have a past post about it, you can create a new one to pin as well. Once these posts are pinned, they will be one of the first things people see when they scroll. You can change these out as often as you want, but there's no reason to change them frequently. Once you set them, you can kind of forget them for a little bit, a few months maybe, and come back every once in a while to update and make sure they still reflect the top posts you want shared on your profile. To add a pinned post, you will go to the post that you want to pin, and at the top of that post you should see, when you're logged into your account, that little 3-dot hamburger at the top right. When you tap on that, you'll see an option to pin to your main grid. These will be pinned in the order that you pin them. So for example, you'll pin one, and then the next one you pin will show up in front of that one, and then the third one that you pin will show in front of that one. So be thinking about the order that you want these three to be showing up as you pin them or before you pin them if possible. And it is the same step to remove a pin. You go to those same 3 dots, and there will be an option there to unpin from your main grid. Moving on to Facebook, your cover photo should be a mini billboard for your business that complements the profile photo. We don't want them to be the same. We want them to complement each other and really showcase the best parts of your business. It should be, again, a signature photo. It could be products or your storefront, something that people will recognize as you. Something else I'd like you to remember when you're uploading a cover photo is that cover photos have a very wide aspect ratio, meaning it shows up very wide and very short. So choose photos that look good when cropped that way, so we don't lose people's faces or really the point of the photo. Be thinking you want landscape, very wide landscape photos that are high quality when uploading a cover photo. To edit your cover photo, go back to that edit button on your profile on desktop. And on this page, tap to edit the cover photo. That's it. Optimizing your profile doesn't take long, but it makes a big difference. So here's your mini checklist as you move forward. First, you want a clear bio with your location and a call to action, which basically just means we want to tell them exactly what we want them to do next. We want a recognizable profile photo, and we want an engaging cover photo or pinned posts on Facebook or Instagram. Remember, your social media profiles are your digital storefront. Even if people don't follow you right away, having a clear and welcoming profile makes it much more likely that they'll visit you in person, tell a friend about you, or purchase your products. If you do nothing else from today's training, doing at least this part will make your business look much more polished and trustworthy. Okay, now that your profiles are set up, you might be wondering, what do I actually post? Because let's be honest, most businesses fall into the same pattern. We're open or we're closed, or the same photo a few times reminding people of a sale or a special coming up. And maybe those things are just kind of on repeat every few weeks. And if that sounds familiar, you are not alone. But there's so much more you can do that actually helps move people toward buying from you. Let's talk about what to post that's simple, doable, and actually works. Let's talk about content pillars. Content pillars are the categories or themes you'll come back to again and again in your social media posts. Think of them like idea buckets or go-to topics. When you don't know what to post, your content pillars give you a quick place to look for inspiration. They help you stay focused and organized. Content pillars make sure your posts don't feel random or all over the place. When someone visits your page and sees a clear mix of helpful, inviting, and on-topic posts, they're much more likely to trust you and take that next step. And remember, that's visiting your stand, placing an order, or telling a friend, whatever you want them to do. Content pillars and staying consistent also help you grow over time because social media platforms reward consistency. If you only post once in a while, social media platforms won't see you as a dependable source of information, and they won't give you as much reach. Similarly, if your posts are scattered and don't reflect your business, it's hard for the platform to know who to show your posts to. But when you post regularly and the platform sees the same types of content from you over and over again, like today's menus, behind the scenes moments, or local shoutouts, the platform will know exactly who to show your posts to and trust that you will continue to post content like that, so it'll give you more reach in the future. So to summarize, what content pillars help you do is stay consistent so people know what to expect, post faster because you're not starting from scratch every single time, and build a recognizable, memorable presence that grows your brand on these platforms. If you are brand new to social media, content pillars are a great place to start. They give you structure and confidence, and if you've been posting for a while but feel stuck or scattered, these content pillars will help bring focus and clarity back to your feed. Let's look at some sample content pillar ideas. For food businesses on the Tillamook Coast, here are 6 content pillars that will work really well. First would be products or menu. Second, behind the scenes. Third, local pride and community. Fourth, customer testimonials. Fifth, FAQs and tips. And sixth, seasonal content or offers. I want to go over examples for each of these, and for the sake of this slide deck, I'm showing photos as examples, but please don't forget the importance of video. Generally, video outperforms static photos, so anytime you can upload a video instead of a photo, please do. Let's start with your products or menu. This is the most obvious and important thing to share because it directly tells people what you offer. If someone is hungry or curious about your products, this is what helps them decide whether to visit, buy, or order. Think of it like putting your best dish or item out in the front window. People want to see what's on the menu, what's in season, or what's new. This helps answer the most basic customer question: what can I get here? So we could post a photo of today's special with a caption, on the grill today, smoked salmon tacos with lime crema, here till we sell out. We could highlight your best-selling jam with a short video showing how it's made. We could post a carousel of your menu with the caption, swipe to plan today's lunch. Any of these are great ideas and will help people trust that when they show up, they're going to get these products. Next is behind the scenes. This type of content builds connection. It shows the heart of your business, real people doing real work, and helps your audience feel like they're part of something really special. We don't want to focus on selling products here. We want to focus on telling your story. Tell the story behind the business and showcase the people behind it, because people support businesses they feel connected to. There's also research that shows photos with people in them perform better on social media. So try to have people in photos or videos as much as possible. And even better if we can see the whites of their eyes, which studies prove helps people feel more connected. So we can show your crew harvesting fruit or prepping veggies, share a quick video of dough being rolled out in the kitchen, or highlight your boat coming in from a morning on the water. Next, we have local pride and community. Sharing local pride helps show that you're not just interested in your own business and what you have going on. You're a neighbor and part of the community. People love supporting local businesses that support other locals. This also helps build relationships with nearby businesses, customers, and visitors who want to feel part of the community. It shows your values and builds goodwill. And if you can tag other businesses in your posts, even better. This will notify the other business that you've posted, making it much more likely that your content will be shared with their followers as well. So we could shout out the source of our coffee beans, saying we use their beans in our cold brew and our customers love it. We could post that you can find our carrots in the soup at a certain restaurant and that local always tastes better. We could share a photo from the farmer's market and tag the neighbors at the market. We can shout out any businesses that you love and who you want to highlight. When you start doing this, you'll probably see it reciprocated. This drives home the shop local movement and can help the entire local business community. Next, we have customer testimonials. And in marketing, we call this social proof. When people see other people enjoying your business, they're more likely to trust you and want to try it themselves. Think of it like word of mouth, but on social media. You're letting happy customers tell your story, which is way more powerful than just promoting yourself. This can also save you a lot of time creating content. If someone has posted about you, you can ask if you can share it. This counts as one of your social media posts for the week, and you didn't have to create anything. The more you encourage people to tag you on social media and the more active you are on social media, the more often you'll see yourself tagged. So repost a story from a guest with their plate of fish and chips, or share someone's photo from a day visiting your farm. Those customer selfies with smiling faces are fantastic. Remember, people like to connect with people, so share those any chance you get. Or share a quote from a recent 5-star review on a beautiful background photo. Now let's talk about FAQs and helpful tips. Every time you answer a customer question in person or in a message, that's a clue that others might be wondering the same thing. Turning those questions into posts helps you save time and also builds that trust we've talked about. This kind of content makes you more approachable and helpful, and it gives people confidence to try your business. So that means we are posting proactively, and we are answering the questions before people even have to ask. For example, we can post a photo of a dog at your location and say, we're absolutely dog friendly. We even have water bowls waiting out front. Or maybe one wondering how to find us. Here's directions from town. Or maybe here's how to order ahead for weekend pickup, step by step. Maybe you post that you're open, rain or shine, with a cozy photo of a covered picnic table. And you could even share here, recipes using your favorite ingredients, or maybe even some of your products. to help people understand how they can use your product before they even have to ask. And last but certainly not least, we have seasonal and timely offers. Posting about what's happening right now makes your account feel fresh and relevant. It can also create a sense of urgency and encourages people to act now rather than later. This can include holidays or local events or weather-related posts or seasonal product launches. It reminds people that you're active and paying attention and that there's always something new and exciting happening. For example, at a farm, you could say fresh strawberries are here, come early, they go fast. Or when there are community events, we could mention where you're going to be or where they can find your products. You could also say closed this Thursday for the parade, come see our booth downtown. Show off your location decorated for different holidays and invite others to come celebrate with you. Or even just share, it's cold out, it's chowder weather, stop by for a cup to go. Using all 6 of these content pillars give you a balanced mix of promotional, helpful, and relationship-building content. Even just posting once a week, rotating through these categories will help you stay top of mind. And remember, most of these don't need a professional photo shoot. A quick phone snap with natural light and a genuine caption can go a long way. You already have everything you need, you just have to share it. I want to pause to talk about text on images. Best practice several years ago was to include a lot of text on the post itself. The idea behind this was to get all the information to the viewer without making them read the caption. However, times have changed. What works on social media now is content without a lot of text. You may have noticed that very few of the examples I gave had text on the images themselves. Instead, we get their attention with an eye-catching photo or video and make them curious to see what the caption might be. Text overlays generally don't work on images because it blocks the photo itself and people generally don't want to read, especially when they're mindlessly scrolling social media. The less reading we can make people do, the better. Text-filled images can also be hard to read. The images on your phone are relatively small, so we don't want to make your potential customers squint and struggle to get the information they need. And lastly, text on images can be difficult to work with in different aspect ratios. You may have seen this before when an account uploads an image with text, but pieces of that text are cut off. It's much easier and safer to just post an image and put all that text in the caption itself. To recap, these are the post ideas you can rotate through to keep yourself on message and consistent. Your products or menu, your behind-the-scenes people, story-related content, your local pride and community-based content, customer testimonials or that social proof we talked about, FAQs and tips to answer the questions before they've been asked, and seasonal content or offers. Now that we know the types of content we want to share, let's talk about how we actually make all of this happen without spending hours every day on our phone. Let's talk about Meta Business Suite. Meta Business Suite is a free tool from Facebook that lets you manage both your Facebook and Instagram pages in one place. It helps you schedule your posts in advance, reply to comments and messages in one spot, and see what's working and what's not with simple insights. To get started, we want to go to business.facebook.com or download the Meta Business Suite app from the App Store or Google Play. After signing in, you'll see all of these options on the left. Let's go over the few important ones. Tap on the Planner tab there on the left, and you'll see this screen. This is where you can post to both Facebook and Instagram at once. This planner tool is so helpful because it helps you plan ahead and stay consistent without having to stop what you're doing in the middle of your workday to post something. You can schedule posts during your slower hours and know your content will go out during the busy times. Think of it like putting your social media on autopilot, especially during your busiest seasons like summer, holidays, harvest, or festival weekends. Instead of scrambling to post when you're short on time, your page keeps showing up and working for you in the background. This also takes away that constant, what should I post today stress. You can sit down once, plan out a week or month's worth of posts, and know it's handled. And, by the way, if you are struggling trying to come up with content ideas, you'll see they provide you with holiday ideas right here on the screen. At the top of those days, there's 3 of them right there. Sometimes that can help spark ideas for posts. To move forward, we're going to click Create Post at the top right, and you'll see where you can choose to post to Facebook, Instagram, or both, where you can add a photo or a video, and you can even customize the post for each platform if you want, but you don't have to. This is if you want to tag people on Instagram versus Facebook, or if you want to test some content differently on Instagram versus Facebook. If you want to get that deep, you can, and if not, you don't have to. Don't toggle that on, and it will be the same on both Facebook and Instagram. And finally, you can write your caption. When you're all done, you can hit right below that, there's a toggle for scheduling to set date and time, or when you have all of this filled out, you'll be able to publish. I've got a sample post loaded here. You can see that Meta Business Suite will show you a preview of your post here on the right. You can toggle back and forth between Facebook and Instagram and desktop and mobile to see what it's going to look like. Then, if you tap Schedule, you'll see the post show up in your planner. You can click and drag that post around to be at a better time too, or a better day if you need to move it around. And that's it. There's no need to post twice. No hopping between apps. You're done. If you ever want to edit a post after scheduling, you just tap on it. Then tap those little 3 dots at the top right, and you'll see Edit Post. That will pop you back into edit mode where you can make any changes and reschedule the post. Now let's talk about the inbox. This is one of my favorite features that I use almost every single day. It pulls all of your messages and comments from both Instagram and Facebook into one place so you don't miss anything. You can reply to Facebook comments, Instagram direct messages, and even story replies all in one spot. This makes it way easier to stay responsive and not feel overwhelmed by trying to track notifications in a lot of different places. I want to pause and talk about responding to people on social media. When someone comments on Facebook or sends you an Instagram message or tags a friend, they've taken the next step with your business. They're trying to build that connection. They've started that process. And so responding to them helps build that connection quicker and get them to the next step of purchasing or visiting your location. Similarly, these platforms, Facebook and Instagram, reward active engagement. So the quicker you are to respond to people, the more likely you're going to get more reach in the future on these platforms. So from this main Meta Business Suite page, over on the left, we see Inbox. Let's tap into that, and you can easily read and reply to all your messages or like or reply to all your comments. You can see here that up there circled on the middle right, I'm on Instagram comments specifically, but we can toggle over to view all or Facebook only as well. And remember, even just liking a comment or sending a quick thanks so much can go a long way in making them feel seen and appreciated. It shows your followers there's a real person behind the account, makes them feel seen, builds that loyalty, and encourages more people to interact with your posts too. Engagement may help your posts get seen, but more importantly, it builds relationships with the people who support your business. Okay, let's move on to insights. Have you ever wondered what your audience or customers actually like about your business or your content? This is where you can see what's working and what's not. So over on the left, we're going to tap on Insights, and you'll see how many people saw your posts, when your audience is most active, so you know the best time to post in the future. And if we tap on Content on the left, then we'll see what posts got the most likes, comments, or shares. You can tap the likes and reaction or comments, headers to organize your content by that metric to make it easier to see which got the most of which. And you don't need to be a data expert or be a numbers person. Just look at the posts that got the most likes, comments, or shares. These are your top performing posts. That just means these posts caught people's attention and got the most interaction. It made people want to take the next step. Maybe it was a photo of your Saturday special that everyone liked, or a video of your dog at the farm stand that got lots of comments. That tells you what people are enjoying. And once you know what's working, you can post more like it. For example, if people loved a certain menu item, post it again with a slightly different caption or a different shot, a different angle of that photo. If a behind-the-scenes video was popular, try another one showing a different part of your process. If a post with a customer quote did well, share another kind comment with a photo. That doesn't mean you should always post the same thing, but when you're planning out your content for the month, which we'll go over in the next section, you can make sure you have similar posts peppered in. We don't want to have to reinvent the wheel every month and start from scratch. We want to reuse what your audience already likes. That's one of the easiest ways to stay consistent and keep growing your page. Meta Business Suite helps you run your social media without being glued to your phone. It helps you stay organized, save time, and show up more consistently by helping you post once and share to both Facebook and Instagram, save time by scheduling, see your posts and move them around in that calendar view, respond quickly with Inbox all in one place, and see which content is actually resonating with your audience. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but when am I supposed to actually find time to do any of this? And that is a totally fair question because running a business is already a full-time job. Social media can easily just become one more thing on your to-do list. So I want to talk about how to save time on social media. And your top 3 tools here are batching, planning, and repurposing. These are your secret weapons for saving time and making social media feel way more doable, even if you've never posted before. First is planning. One of my best pieces of advice is to plan ahead. Instead of waking up every morning trying to figure out what to post that day, I want you to have a plan in place. Social media should not be an added stress. It should be part of your business that is planned out just like everything else. So, when we start planning, the important question is, how many posts do you need to plan, or how often should you post on social media? Here's what I recommend. 1 to 3 times per week is a great goal. This helps you stay consistent and top of mind without overwhelming yourself. At the very least, 1 time per week is still very helpful. Posting even only once a week shows people that your business is active, reliable, and open for business. If you're consistent, even with less frequent posting at 1 time per week, you'll be ahead of 90% of small businesses. With that posting frequency in mind, let's set a plan. We are going to sit down once per month or once per quarter and look at the calendar. What's coming up? What are the important holidays, events, or dates coming up that you want to share? What are some of the specials coming up? Are there any busy weekends people should be aware of? Anything new happening at your location? Anything in the community you might want to highlight? Start there. Fill in those obvious days or post ideas first. These are usually the easiest things to post about because they are timely. Then we'll look at the rest of the days in the month. Look for any big gaps in posting, like more than 3 to 5 days between posts, and mark those days as days we need to create content for. Then we think about those content pillars we discussed and brainstorm a few other post ideas to help fill in those days so you have at least 1 post per week. For most of these, you might already have images or video you can share. If you don't, we're going to schedule time in your calendar to get the photos or videos you need to post. Here's what your calendar can look like. You put in when the holidays are, when certain local events are happening, and then you look at your content pillars and the photos or videos you already have to help fill in the rest. You can see this shows 2 posts per week, pretty regularly scheduled out, and this is a great start, especially if you haven't been posting to social media regularly. And this is an example if you want to keep track of what the captions will be, what the image is, and any notes about the content. These types of content planners are especially helpful if you work with other people on your team to put all of this information in together. It keeps everyone on the same page and makes it easy to reference and post when you're ready to schedule out your posts in Meta Business Suite. Remember, social media rewards consistency, so planning your posts regularly keeps you sane while also helping your customers trust that you're still here, still creating, and still worth checking out. The next step to saving time is batching your content. Batching means creating multiple posts at once instead of trying to create content the day you plan to post. It's like meal prepping, but for social media. When your brain is on the topic of creating social media posts, create several of them so you don't have to think about it again or put the effort in repetitively. Here's how to batch content. We're going to build a quiet hour into your week to collect, take, or upload a few photos, reviewing your planning list, and remembering the content you have coming up. We're going to actually write the captions to go with those photos, just keeping it simple, friendly, and helpful. And then we're going to schedule those posts in Meta Business Suite. That way, your content is working for you even when you're not online. Now, what if you're stuck and can't think of any new photos or videos to post? You're looking at that calendar and you just can't think of another thing that you can create. You can't think of anything creative. You just feel stuck. That's where repurposing comes into play. Repurposing means taking a post you've already shared and using it again in a different way. We do this because not everyone saw your post the first time. Social media moves fast, and only a small percentage of your followers will see a single post. Repurposing lets you get more out of your best photos and videos and ideas without creating something brand new every single time. One good photo, say a guest enjoying coffee on your deck, can become a Facebook post with a tip about mornings on the coast, an Instagram story with a poll where you ask a question, or a reel cover or background for a review quote. So here's an example of how we can repurpose the same photo 3 ways. Scroll back through your past posts, find one that received good engagement. Remember those likes, comments, and shares. Or even a photo that you're just really proud of and you don't think it got the love it deserved. And we're going to find a new way to show it. Turn a still photo into a story with a question or a poll. Use the same photo with a different caption. Crop the image differently or zoom in on one detail. Or turn a customer comment or testimonial into a graphic or quote post. So you can see these 3 photos are the same, but they look slightly different. Here's another example. You posted a photo of your strawberry stand with the caption, "Fresh berries today, come early, they go fast." Later on, let's use the image as a background for a fun quote, "Picked with love in Tillamook." And then let's do a story version and add a poll, this or that, strawberry pie or berries and cream. Even your best content can get a second or third life with these small changes. Now, I wouldn't post these back to back in the same month, but you could definitely spread these out, maybe posting one per month or one every other month. And this will save you time and help you stay visible without trying to find new or different photos every single time you post. And that leads us really well into tip number 4, which is to use what you already have. Take a minute and scroll through your camera roll. You probably already have product photos, staff photos, customer photos, location photos, community events, and seasonal decor. And remember, any of these could also be videos. It doesn't always have to be photos. We don't have to create this content from scratch. Let's use what's already there. Use what you already have in your camera roll, or maybe your employees' camera roll, friends or family who come to visit you often. Ask around and you're probably going to find a lot of content you can use. And tip number 5, don't overthink it. Some of your best performing posts might be the simplest ones. Let's look at a few examples. We can post a photo of a product saying fresh and ready, grab a few while they're hot. Or a quick candid photo of an employee saying, smiles and sunshine, your lunch is ready, we're open till 3. A shot of your farmland or animals, breakfast time on the farm. Or a photo of something behind the scenes that they might not see when frequenting your business, like today's catch just came in, stop by today. If it feels genuine and gives people a peek into the personality of your business and yourself, it's good enough. You don't need perfect lighting or fancy graphics. Just keep it real. And if you only remember one thing from this section of the training, it's this: posting once a week with heart is better than posting every day in a panic. Start with one post per week, use what you have, and if you batch or schedule just a few things at a time, it won't feel like such a heavy lift. Let's talk about turning your social media activity into real results, because at the end of the day, we are not posting for fun. We are posting to grow your business. That might mean getting more people through your door, selling out of your weekend special, or keeping your regulars coming back week after week. And there are 3 things that we can do to help make that happen on social media. First, we want to make it easy for people to take the next step. If someone finds your post and wants to visit or place an order, we don't want them to have to search for more information. We want them to know exactly what to do and how to do it. We've already talked about how to be very clear in your bio. You'll also want a clear link in your Instagram bio and Facebook bio for more information. This could be a link to your website, or if you want to be more specific about the action you want them to take, this could include a Linktree or a link in bio. Linktree or link in bio are both free tools that help you create a mini landing page that shows your menu, your order form, your website. You can see in these examples that the tool will create buttons for each link you want to include in your Linktree or link in bio. To create a Linktree or link in bio, you can go to either of their websites and they'll walk you through creating something that looks just like this with your colors, your logo, and potentially your photo as the background. And then to edit the link in your bio to be either your website or that Linktree URL that you'll get from the tool, you go back over to your edit profile section, and you'll see there's a section for website. You paste your URL in there and hit done to save. On Facebook, you can actually set your call to action button to be something helpful, like call now, send message, start order, or buy now. You can edit your profile button by tapping the 3 dots here on your business page. Then you'll see an edit action button in this drop down. Tap on that. You will see where you can change the button. Tap that button and you'll see many different options listed. Pick the one that works best for your business. If you really want people to call now is a great option. If you'd prefer people shop or order online, choose one of those other options. Tap on next, and Facebook will actually walk you through exactly what they need for each individual button. Some of these work with third-party applications, so it will ask if you have login information for those applications. Some won't, so feel free to play around in here and pick the one that works best for you. Next, we always want to include a call to action, or a CTA. We use this term a lot in marketing and in social media, because when people are scrolling social media, they aren't using their best brain. We need to tell them exactly what we want them to do when they see your post. Then they'll be much more likely to do that thing. Every post should have a purpose. Do you want someone to come visit, place an order, tag a friend? Telling them what to do, even in a friendly, casual way, makes a big difference. Without a call to action, someone might enjoy your post, but keep scrolling and forget all about it. With a call to action, you are nudging them to actually do something, and that's how social media starts to support your business. But instead of shouting "buy now" in every post, try some of these. You could say, "Questions about this post? Fire away, we love talking food." Or, "Know someone who'd love this, pass it along. Swing by if you're in the neighborhood, we'll be here. Interested in a sample? Let us know, we can add it to your next order." And remember, call to actions don't have to be pushy. You're just helping people take that next step. They may not take action every time, but when you use a call to action regularly, you'll start to see more interaction, more customers, and more results from your posts. And next, we want to be quick to respond. This is one of the easiest and most important ways to build trust with your audience. We touched on this a little bit earlier, but it deserves its own section of this training. If someone takes the time to leave a comment or send a message, responding shows that you care and that there's a real person behind the business. it's also a potential sale down the road. Aim to respond within 24 hours if you can, even better if it's sooner. You don't have to drop everything the moment someone comments, but checking your messages and comments once a day or once every other day can go a really long way. Even a message that says, yes, that is gluten-free and we can usually adjust other items, just let us know when you order. Happy to help you find something that works. That's huge for conversions because you don't need to be a salesperson, you just need to be helpful. People are more likely to visit, buy, or recommend you to others if they've had a good interaction with you. Even if it's just a short reply like, thanks so much for the kind words, or we're open today until 4, hope to see you, or yes, we've got crab in stock. And if it isn't an easy or quick response, it's okay to say, let us check with our team and we'll get right back to you. These small touch points create a great customer experience online, just like good service does in person. So answer the question clearly, be friendly like you're chatting in person, and add any next step if they need it, but casually. And a quick pro tip here to save time, keep a note on your phone with quick replies to common questions. That way you can copy and paste and reply in seconds without needing to write from scratch every time. Let's recap the 3 things you can do to drive action from potential customers. First is to make it really easy for people to take that next step by adding clarity and links to your profiles. Next is to write captions with clear call to actions that invite action from people. And third, respond quickly and kindly to messages. Social media works best when it helps people take real action, whether that's stopping by your stand, ordering lunch, tagging a friend, or leaving a review. When you show up consistently, post helpful and inviting content, and make it easy for them to take the next step, you'll start seeing results over time. You've made it to the end. Congratulations. I want to take a moment to recap everything we've covered today. First, we've learned why social media matters, especially for food-related businesses like yours, how to optimize your Facebook and Instagram profiles, what to post to build trust and attract new customers, how to use Meta Business Suite to save time, easy posting strategies to stay consistent, and how to guide people to place an order, visit, or come back again. We've covered a lot in this training, but you don't have to do all of this at once. Start small. Pick one action to take this week. It could be updating your bio on Facebook and Instagram, posting an answer to one of your most frequently asked questions, scheduling your first post in Meta Business Suite, or resharing a past guest review. Then next week, just do one more thing. Keep building on that because social media will work best for you when it's sustainable for you. And don't forget your free guide. In the downloadable PDF, you'll find a summary of today's training, step-by-step checklists, post ideas, how-to walkthroughs, a sample posting calendar, and you can use it as your go-to reference as you build your social media presence. Keep it handy on your desk. Even if you only do 1 or 2 of these things at a time, you're making progress. What matters most at the end of this training is that you show up in a way that makes sense for you and your business, that you share the real work you're doing, and that you give your community a chance to find you, support you, and cheer you on. People want to support local small businesses, and by making it easy to connect with you online, you're going to start seeing results. Thank you so much for watching today's training and for showing up for your business. There are so many wonderful food options on the Tillamook Coast, and yours deserves to be seen. We believe in you, your community believes in you, and we cannot wait to see what you post next.